Pigweed here. Today we review an amber ale and discuss Ubertrends. Well.
Hey.
Look who's here. Good evening, Crowell.
How about some beer and conversation?
That's a very good idea. What are we drinking?
Well, we're drinking this amber ale.
Okay, very nice, very nice.
Okay, so what's on your mind?
Have you heard of Ubertrends?
Is that like a taxi service?
I know. Yeah, I mean, this is what Uber's a German means like super, right?
Yeah.
So
Ubermensch,
right. So it's super trends, like trends, long-term trends that are going to really shape the future.
Okay.
And so this
like
guy,
like beer and conversation with Pigweed.
well, yes. I really haven't got quite off the ground yet, but when it hits, it's going to come like a tsunami.
That's going to be a tsunami.
And so this guy, Michael Tchong, published in 2019 these Ubertrends. I thought we'd go through them, see how Uber they really are, and if they are.
And it's been a few years, so we can see. Well,
yes, 2019. Yes, if it portends, something positive or negative. About
Okay. Fantastic. All right, but first, I'd like to get into this beer. So, this is from Nepenthe Brewing Company.
Yes, and downtown Baltimore.
I had to look up what does Nepenthe mean, and it's from the Odyssey. It's a drug taken to get rid of grief.
Okay, well.
So there you go. That's what it's good for what ails you,
AKA
right?
beer.
Yes. And this is an amber ale.
All right. Well, this is really cold. I might need to warm this up just to get full enjoyment.
I'm getting just
amber
a touch.
Ale, I'll tell you what. It's a little malty brown looking for an amber ale. So maybe it's malty. Is that what you're getting?
Actually, the thing that distracts me right off the bat is that it tastes like too much carbonation in the beer. Are you getting that?
Right. It doesn't look heady.
It doesn't look heady, but when I drink it, I feel like there's too much carbonation going on in there. Good flavor. But I think maybe it's because it's too cold, but maybe it needs to settle down for a bit.
All right.
And maybe we'll give it another taste in a couple minutes.
Settle.
Yeah,
we'll let it settle.
So this guy, Michael Tchong, his Ubertrends, somebody mentioned it to me as this great thing you really need to know about this Michael Tchong's Ubertrends, and I thought, okay, well, let's find out.
All right, let me give you a long-winded explanation of what this Ubertrend is, and we'll see if these 9 items match the description. And
you have 9? I thought I had 8.
All right, I'm just guessing.
Okay.
All right, so an eye-opening exploration of 8 massive trends that are reshaping humanity, accentuated by the forces of innovation. An Ubertrend is a gigantic wave, think tsunami, that cascades through society, leaving many sub-trends in its turbulent wake. What sets an Ubertrend apart, you may ask? An Ubertrend causes fundamental changes in societal attitude and values. Most trends merely skim the social surface. Besides population changes, Ubertrends open doors for disruptive innovations while propelling game-changing new business trends.
Oh, different games. That's fun.
So, the world is permanently altered. Consumer behavior provides immediate context for how our future is evolving, setting the stage for new waves of breakthrough innovations of the day. If you are aware of these trends, you can anticipate.
You can capitalize on them.
You can anticipate, yes. And I don't know. I just don't see these things living up to that opening. But we'll find out.
That was a dramatic promise. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Okay, the first one, casual living, the decline of formality in dress and behavior, or you could also say the evaporation of decorum.
Okay, I don't know how you monetize this or you create breakthrough technology. It is true, but it's not exactly in 2019 he's saying, watch out, because it's coming. I mean,
it had been coming.
So Casual Fridays is at least 30 years old.
Yeah.
So we've already started that. It's true. Lately, I've seen a lot of like pajamas and slippers. So it's really declined lately. I'm sure there's less suits in churches.
Yeah. If you look back, every once in a while you see those videos of in New York City in 1935.
Yeah.
Right? And all the men are wearing suits and all the ladies are wearing dresses. But they only had 3 sets of clothes.
And that's what they look like at the Yankee Stadium.
Exactly. They didn't. I remember watching some show that was on 7:30 in the evening, escaping me what it was, and it was always sponsored by GE, and they would show these guys going out to play baseball, and they had the big lights illuminating the stadium, and these guys are out there playing baseball in shirts and ties.
Okay.
Because that's what you did, because you didn't really have all those. You didn't have 75 different outfits that you could put on.
Yeah.
So to some extent it's that, but to another extent there is this growing informality. People don't wear ties, even though ties are cheap.
Yeah.
You can have 100 of them.
Yeah.
And people aren't wearing hats as much. They aren't dressing up. It used to be people dressed up to get on an airplane. Now that's like where you're going to see the most.
You see people like, I'm sleeping, so I'm just coming in my
pajamas.
And now you got two male strangers with their hairy legs rubbing against each other, wearing shorts. And it's like Velcro over there. It's like, what are you wearing shorts on a plane for?
Yeah, and they're wearing one of those Crocs.
And
they're wearing Crocs.
Smelly feet.
Yeah.
And
so it's there definitely is an increase in casualness.
But it's not like in 2019 you're going be on the lookout for.
Yeah.
All right.
Now let's tie this into something else though. Does the change in dress correspond with a change in civility?
Well, I saw that decorum, and when I saw that, I'm just thinking about what people look like, what they're wearing into a restaurant. Does it? How about just like general table manners?
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
But so I think there are trends in that direction. But that probably has more to do with people not having family dinner. So they're not learning table manners because they don't need.
Do you see it opening doors for disruptive innovations while propelling game-changing new business trends?
No.
I think you've identified something that's just obvious.
Something that's happening. It's definitely happening.
I don't know what else is going on in the chapter of this book that I didn't read.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting the Uber.
You're not getting the. This is a trend you can capitalize on.
Yeah.
Unless you're interested in selling yoga pants, right?
Yeah.
That's
Crocs and
Because in that respect, yes, you can make money by getting people to buy more pajamas and Crocs and pajama pants or yoga pants and wearing, people going out in public dressed like they're going to to work out in their basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a trend, but whether it matches the high standard of your Ubertrend, I'm not so sure.
Okay. Digital lifestyle. Is that what you got?
Yes. The integration of digital technology into all aspects of life. Well, that is absolutely happening.
Totally. You can get a USB anything.
Yeah.
My 90-year-old dad's washing machine died. Oh my God! There's so many stupid settings on there.
I know.
You can get the thing, and it's probably got Bluetooth, and it's gonna right. It will let you know when the wash is done, and really do.
Yeah.
So.
So we have the ubiquity of an addiction to cell phones, right? So that's this digital lifestyle.
Yeah.
Huge increase in screen time.
Yeah.
The gaming industry is just running. They're making so much money getting people addicted to Call of Duty and all these other kinds of.
Yeah, aren't there people who do it for a living?
Yes, absolutely.
They're
professional gamers. Yeah. And here's something that
they show up at events and then people come to watch them play Call of Duty?
That's what I don't understand. I've seen people watching other people playing games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't really play computer games very much. It just doesn't really interest me. But the idea of watching someone else playing a computer game is so foreign to me.
You're right. I dismissed that and insulted a young man about that, and then 2 days later I found myself watching somebody camping, and I said, wow, is that right?
Okay. Yeah.
Isn't that really lamer?
Yeah.
than
Fair enough.
Somebody
Well,
game.
Actually, I think the lamest thing might be watching someone playing golf. But anyway, okay. People getting their news from social media, right? So this digital lifestyle, the Internet of Things, where everything has some sort of connection. They're getting to the point now where some refrigerators are so smart that it realizes you've used up the last of the milk and puts milk on your shopping list, right?
Yeah.
So this one, absolutely,
Yeah.
there's digital connection and digital technology everywhere.
Yes.
Now, one slight caveat to this one is early on, this applies to both of our professional work. Early on, people were saying that print was going to go away.
Yeah.
And print has definitely declined, but it hasn't gone away.
No.
So in some respects, people are still clinging to other non-digital things.
Right.
Yeah.
Or hold on, we need to also weigh in on the thumbs up, thumbs down nature.
Okay.
So casual living.
Casual living is not an Uber trend.
No. I mean, the good or bad.
Oh, is it good or bad? I don't know. I would prefer people. See, I would not trust I wouldn't go to get my taxes done by somebody who was wearing pajama pants and Crocs.
Right.
I wouldn't go to a lawyer who wasn't wearing a suit. So there are certain situations.
But is that so? In terms of an Uber trend, is that just a leftover from because you're a crotchety old man, and that it should not matter, and then this is actually a good thing that we make it casual.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think there's some connection between dressing decely and
taking yourself seriously.
Taking yourself seriously and taking other people seriously.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So that digital lifestyle having more and more digital crap in your life.
In some ways, some of this digital stuff is helpful and does good things, but it's gone way too far. There's way too much of this stuff. I don't need. I don't need a watch telling me all this stuff.
The Uber, but we're not even close though. So I mean, it is true that unlike the casual living, which has been going on forever or for a long time, digital lifestyle is really, we're just at the beginning of this curve, and it's not
looking good.
It's not looking good, and it's not slowing down. That's for dang sure.
Absolutely not slowing down.
Generation X-tasy.
Yeah, this one was strange. The pursuit of unique experiences over material possessions.
I can see this. We're Gen Xers, for younger people who would say, all right, I mean, we've got $15,000 that we could put on a down payment for a house, and then and then get a house with lots of rooms to fill up with more stuff. And they go, how about a unique experience?
Yeah.
Why don't we spend the entire summer in Greece and Italy and then come back to our tiny little apartment where we don't really own much stuff? I don't really know if he's right about that. If he is, I don't have a particularly negative opinion about that. And I would say it can be monetized. Yeah,
so I have a couple reactions to this one. The first one is people might be pursuing unique experiences, but to say that they're pursuing it over material possessions seems weird because everybody has 47 pairs of shoes and 800 T-shirts. So I think maybe we have tons of material possessions, and those material possessions are clearly not giving us joy, so we're looking elsewhere toward experiences, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing to be thinking about experiences instead of, having another baseball glove or something. Another aspect of this that I think is interesting is this kind of, if you didn't take a video of it, it didn't happen.
Oh, wait.
So like everything has become performative. Eating your breakfast has become performative. Everything is an experience like that.
Right. So it's not the experience of being on the beach. It's the experience of
other people knowing that you're on the beach. Yes. Other people
getting the
seeing
right picture.
Yeah.
Right. It's not It's not in the experience of taking your child to the park. It's posting pictures of you
Taking your child.
so that people can see that you're the kind of mom that
Yes.
takes their kid to the park. And then,
Yes.
now the pictures are done. Come on, Junior.
Come on, you little rat. That's good. Yeah. So there, but in terms of the experience economy, apparently, I did some little bit of research on this. Apparently, consumer spending on experiences grew by 32% from 2019 to 2024.
Yeah, so I would classify this as total Uber trend.
Yeah.
Like it's recent, it's rising, and it's capitalizable.
Yes,
That's
it is
They just
capitalized.
made-
So yes, the idea of saying spend money on an experience that will actually you'll remember and will be meaningful rather than getting a
Yeah.
slightly better pair of shoes or something. Okay, so number 4, Fountain of Youth, the focus on anti-aging and wellness. I mean, who was the guy who was looking around South America for the Fountain of Youth? Ponce de Leon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was looking in Florida
Florida, right,
Yeah.
yeah. And
before it was Florida. But
right.
yes.
But the search for the Fountain of Youth is not a new thing.
That's not a new thing. And I don't know that I don't see this. I mean, not long ago, we did a show about how unhealthy we all are on the Maha show.
Yeah.
So it's not like
we're being successful at it.
It's not like everybody's all jacked up on wellness and anti-aging. I mean, there is that one guy who spends like $200,000 a year, committed to living to 200 with his chambers and everything. I mean, guy looks fantastic. Well, but I mean, he's 50. Looks like he's 35. Okay, great.
Well, I think it is monetizable because people are doing well selling health trackers and apps and other kinds of things like that. So obviously, it's not a huge trend. It's not like most people are into wellness because most people are fat and eating Twinkies, right?
But it is, as you say, monetizable, which is a better word than capitalism.
Yeah, because there is a solid minority of people who are going to the gym, wearing fitness trackers.
Yes, the fitness trackers. I don't know about how much anti-aging, but increased concern. Yeah, well, it's like both things are happening at the same time.
Yes.
We're getting fatter and sicker on one end, and more health conscious on the other end.
Yes, I've heard more advertisements about getting better sleep and other kinds of things, other health related. So I do hear a lot of these health related products. So it is definitely a monetizable trend, but it's just not. It's not dominant. Most people are not doing it.
I'm not calling it Uber just yet.
Yeah, no, it's not Uber. It's a trend. But
It's a trend.
But it's not Uber. Okay, so time compression. This is a weird one.
Yeah, what does that mean?
The acceleration of life and demand for instant gratification. So Tchong's prediction, time compression describes the acceleration of life driven by a demand for instant gratification, for example, FedEx or Starbucks, and rooted in post-World War II efficiency trends. It contributes to stress and fuels counter trends like yoga and spas. I think the idea is that we've become used to things being available quickly.
Well, I would say in terms of this being written in 2019, the spike that came with COVID on deliverable goods, that he did kind of get this. It has spiked. We had,
Same day delivery. Right?
It was a big deal to go to the video store. Remember?
Yeah.
You kids out there remember Blockbuster?
Yeah.
And then it became Netflix mailed to the house.
Yeah.
You still had to wait 3 days for it by the time you clicked your. But it was what then we called on demand.
Yeah.
You didn't just open the TV guide. Does anybody know what that is? And look see what movies are on this week.
Right.
So that's the beginning.
Yeah.
And then once you got streaming, then it all blew up.
Yes. And
everything,
now it's
anytime,
I ordered something the other day, and I ordered it at like 8 o'clock at night. It was on my doorstep when I woke up the next morning.
I had what it said that it would be delivered that day. I'm like, I don't want it today. I don't even need it this week. Anytime at all.
I'm not in a big
fine. Easy, guys.
Yeah.
So yes, the on-demandness the immediate delivery, the Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Now you don't even have to get, not only do you want fast food, meaning you don't want to have to sit and wait for it to be cooked, for God's sake.
I don't want to have to go get it.
I don't even want to go get it.
Right.
So yes, and I would say so in 2019, there was no Uber Eats.
Yeah.
There, right? So that would have been, if you'd read his book in 2019, you might have invented Uber Eats.
Yeah, that's right.
In the future, people won't even get up. Yeah, there was always, pizza delivery.
Yeah.
But you're talking about any kind of food? No, I don't mean any kind of food. I mean any you can get toilet paper delivered.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
you can have somebody go out and shop for you and get anything
you
want.
Yeah. And that is
which is a really good service for people who are old and can't get out. And there's a good aspect to that. There's also an incredibly lazy aspect to that.
Really.
I remember one time I had a coworker who was homesick, and she was kind of down. So I've never done Uber Eats except this one time.
Okay.
I had a chocolate milkshake delivered to her house just to cheer her up. But that's the only time I've ever used the thing.
There was a guy at my work who was running late, and she couldn't get her normal Starbucks that she always gets.
Mm-hmm.
Between she paid like $23.
Wow.
For by the time the charge and the tip and the what?
Good grief. Okay, so this one is definitely a trend, and you can monetize it because a lot of people are doing that. Amazon. One reason people use Amazon is because you can get this free, fast delivery.
Yeah. Instant gratification. But so we just did food and entertainment. I guess.
What's next?
Yeah. I mean, what else? What else is there that you would need to be that you can't wait for? You need it to.
Well, we see it in the information industry. You don't wait for the newspaper to arrive. You can get anything you want immediately online. So there's that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What else do we have? I mean, cars. Do you get a car? How about the company's Tivana that's not Tivana. Carvana. Tivana is a tea store.
Or you can buy a car online and have the car delivered to your house.
I know. Wow. And have you seen those car vending machines? There are these places. I saw one in Rockville. It's just this tall, transparent thing with a bunch of cars in it. And you buy the car and you go there and you pick it up. Like you put in your card or whatever.
I thought that was a fake commercial.
No, I saw a real one.
Jeez.
Yeah. But the more interesting one is when they actually deliver it to your house. You're just sitting there and they deliver your flashy new car right there.
Yeah, I said, well, let's get a pizza. I'm like, you know what? It's a mile up the road. Mm-hmm. I don't mind.
I'll just drive up there and
I'll just drive up there and get it.
Say hi to Jose who's making it for me.
Yeah. Get out of the house and
right.
I've been stuck in the house all day. Maybe get a short walk in or something.
Yeah, right.
I don't need it. So okay, time.
Number 6, Unwired, the move towards wireless mobile connectivity. Well, that's obviously
That's good. But let's think about 2019.
We still had cell phones back then.
Yeah, but it was everything Bluetoothed.
No.
And like I don't. Could you print to your printer from your phone?
I can do it now.
Yeah.
But I don't think you could in 2019.
I remember. Yes, my brother just running cables. He's Mr. Techie, running these Cat 5, computer cables all through. So and then by the time, 2 years later, everything was Bluetooth.
You don't need it anyway. So, but I think his prediction is a little more than just Bluetooth. It enabling untethered lifestyles. And when I saw that, I thought, so what you could do, you could live in a trailer, in a mobile home. And because everything is wireless and you can get everything wherever you are, you could just drive around the country in your mobile home and work on your laptop in your mobile home with a satellite dish on the roof or whatever. Yeah. And so I think that's kind of the trendy side of it.
And again, 2019, I made the earlier reference about how COVID changed things. Mm-hmm. Well, because of the high-speed internet, even if you wanted to work from home before then, you couldn't.
Right.
And now, not only can you work from home, like you said, you work from anywhere.
Yes. like all the work that I do, it doesn't really matter where I am. I could be anywhere. I could be on the beach. I could be any place.
That's good, and it's disrupting things. Yes.
Yes.
Propelling game-changing new business trends. Yes.
Yes. Well, one thing that's kind of interesting is a lot of people who had jobs in the DC area after COVID and they went remote. Everybody was trying to make these 100% remote businesses. People moved away from DC. They said, why in the world am I living in this expensive place in D.C.? I could live in West Virginia for way cheaper.
Right.
Do the same work with a high-speed internet connection. So the trend here might be getting rid of population centers like that because things can be so more easily dispersed.
Right. But then when Trump said, "Hey, you guys
got to come back.
You got to work," you guys, I'm 2 hours away.
That's right.
I never thought that this wasn't going to be permanent and forever.
Yeah, that's
true. But he didn't mention. So that would tie into. I would have put in the end of cities.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
I don't know that.
And it might be the end of cities. The next one is a weird word, voyeurgasm. The culture of surveillance and reality entertainment.
Yeah, that's interesting because there are a lot of shows that they're like caught in the act.
Yeah.
It's just a show based on the fact that there are cameras everywhere, and it's just a show about people stealing stuff and peeing in the office coffee pot and whatever.
How many videos do you see online where somebody is videoing themselves in their car talking about something?
Why is everybody? Are you driving, or or are you just in a parking lot? Why is
your car the nicest studio that you have?
Yes. Are you have no place to go, or nobody wants to be around you?
Can't you sit in the park?
Your phone can't be set up on anything but a dashboard.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It is weird. It's all over the place. So, yes. So. Right, reality. So there's reality TV. But that was already going long before 2019.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's...
But we have like Ring doorbells. That's a, surveillance technology.
Yes.
There's a lot more TikTok and YouTube. There's just so much more stuff.
But monetizing what about getting in the business of... I would. How about companies whose jobs are to put cameras in places?
Yes, that's a way to monetize it.
That had to have blown up.
But there's also all these things where watch me try on these outfits, or watch me
open a box and see what I just got in the mail.
Right? Yeah. Watch me eat this food. Watch me prepare this food. Watch me. There is a lot more of that kind of thing.
I'll call it voyeurism. I don't know what's he trying to make me say?
Voyeurgasm. Yeah, okay. It's a little unnecessary word there, but
I think it's just plain old, capitalizing on voyeurism and the fact that we just like to watch people do anything.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I used to watch a man, not used to, go camping. Mm-hmm. It's like, how much stuff is he taking?
Why is he doing it that way?
Yeah. How are you going to light that fire?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to seeing stuff with, a formal plot, etc.
Right. All right, number 8, women's WAF, women's acceptance factor, the rising influence and empowerment of women. Now, this one I'm going to give a yes and a no.
Yeah.
Because obviously there was a huge change when women started to go into the workforce more, right? Mm-hmm. That was a huge change. It suppressed wages because there was an oversupply of labor. It changed family dynamics. It changed the way families did things. Like we were talking about one time in another show about moms cooking meals. So there's been this huge drive towards getting women into professional life. And that's been... that has happened. There's way more women in professional life.
Yeah, but I mean, is he identifying something fresh for you in this 2019 book that you didn't already know? No. It's sort of like number one, like the casual living. Like, so you're just describing something that's already been going on for a very long time.
That has been going on for quite a long time, and I would actually say that to some extent, it's going the other direction.
Yeah, are you seeing? I mean, it might have peaked to some degree.
Yes,
the idea that this hockey stick is still rising, and boy, you guys better get ready for it because Well, what are they already? They're already captivated many industries
Yeah.
and universities and
I
whatever.
think
So I don't know where
there is also a trend where women are saying, "Look, you told me it was going to be so great to go out and get a job and do this. I hate it. I would
there's
much."
a little bit of a feminist backlash.
I think there is.
and
So
I would say not so much.
Yeah,
I think it's probably the women's acceptance factor. I don't know. Women's fatigue factors.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Stop telling me how oppressed you are. I don't want to stop telling me about the patriarchy.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think
it's getting
also
old.
I think also it misses the biological reality that a lot of women realize. Hey, look, the time between I'm 20 and 30, that's baby making time, and it's really not career making time.
Yeah.
So I think there is a reaction against this ultra feminist every woman should be in the workplace kind of a thing, and I don't accept this one.
I'm not calling that Ubertrend.
No.
Okay, well there you have it. We've got some yeses, some nos, some maybes.
Yeah.
And
So what's your takeaway? Which one are you going to make $1 million off?
Well, I don't see anything I'm going to make $1 million on, and I don't see. I hope there's an increase in concern about wellness.
Yeah.
I am not worried about number 2 or number 3, the unique experience over material possessions. That's fine. Casual living, all right. That's enough of that. Soon we'll be down to our underwear. I guess we've reached peak casual.
Yeah.
Time compression, instant gratification.
No. Unwired. That's the one thing I think we can actually capitalize on is voyeurgasm. I think that we should start filming ourselves brewing, and then everybody will.
Yeah, I mean, we're already filming ourselves solving the world problems and just being generally brilliant. So I
mean, come on, guys.
The monetary aspect of that is not quite paid.
Well, not quite where it should be.
But that's okay. There's room on the graph.
There's room to grow. That's right.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks so much for listening to Beer and Conversation with Pigweed and Crowhill. Remember to visit us at pigweedandcrowhill.com or send us an email at pigweedshow@gmail.com.